Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you got a cup of coffee. Um, let's say you wanted to show your client an image of what your place could look like, your model could look like, and you'd rather show them something that looks terrific, right? You want to knock them out. So let's take a look at some of the options that we've got available to us. I just want to share my screen quickly and show you in Photoshop. Here's what you can generate from Sketchup. As you know, you can go to the Export menu, File, Export, and get a 2D graphic that looks like this. But what if I told you from that same image, the same SketchUp file, you can generate this? This is called a rendering done by an extension called Twilight. This video and the next couple will show you how to install it and how to use it to generate videos like this, or to generate images like this that you can use in your client presentation. So here's the first thing. We want to go back into SketchUp. Here's what we've got so far in our setup. What I want to do is add an extension. I did some homework on this stuff. I don't want you guys to spend any money. I understand nobody has a nickel. So Twilight is the extension that we're going to use, and it's free. I'll show you where to find it. So what we're going to do is go first of all back to our web. I'll show you where Twilight lives. It's right here. It's called Twilight 2 Render version 2. I've put this link in our eConestoga. You can easily find it there. Depending on the platform you're using, Windows or Mac, you want to download one of these. Here's what's important. Twilight version 2 Hobby is the free version of Twilight. I love that word free, don't you? So if you're on a Windows machine, grab this one, Hobby. If you're on a PC or on a Macintosh, grab this one, Hobby. There are the instructions for both on how to install them. I will just show you quickly in the Mac because it says to open up, choose preferences. It's actually not there, but I'll show you where it is. So grab that file, download it to your computer, double click it on the desktop. You'll get an exe file for Windows or just a DMG for Mac. Open that file up and it'll try to install it. You can put it inside the SketchUp folder, or you can put it where you know it'll be somewhere later on, so you don't end up making a mess out of your stuff. Organize your desktop. So back into SketchUp, I don't see anything happening here, but under Window, I've got something called the Extensions Manager. And in the Extensions Manager, there I see Twilight 2 is signed in, and I can enable it here and apply changes. Thank you. So you might have to fuss with that a little bit, but I think you'll be okay. And then what I can do is come up here and say View, Tool Palettes, and now I've got Twilight Render version 2 tool palettes. They show up right there. It's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tools. We will walk through those as we go. The first thing I want to show you, though, is the sky. As you can see from this image, there's like a full sky and scene going on in the background that doesn't exist in SketchUp. That's because I've put in something called a spherical sky. So spherical photos are specially created so that it's possible for you to see all the way around. Here's an example of a place where you can get 360 spherical sky images. They look kind of weird when you see them flat, but look how they work when you click on one. Basically what it does is means that the camera was shot in a way that no matter what direction you're looking, you've got a seamless image of the sky. Whether you even look down or up, it's a seamless image. So that is what we want to put into SketchUp. This website has a stack of these things. They're free if you get the 2048 by 1024 image. It's $0. If you buy the 20,000 by 10,000, it's 10 euros. You don't want to spend any money, right? So what you do have to do is click on it and say, this is the one I want. Pick it, put it in your cart. You have to go through the checkout process, but you don't have to put any money in. You just have to give them an email address. I have picked one already, and I've put it again into our eConestoga. So if you find yourself saying, gee, I wish I had access to some of this stuff, there's the Spherical Sky Images link right there to the place we went. And then right below that is one sky image that you can just grab that one and use it. Let me show you quickly how to put that in and then I'll come back in another video and show you how to use the tools inside Twilight. So in order to set that up, we have to go back into SketchUp, and here are the buttons that I get for the rendering tools from Twilight, these guys right here. The first one is the render tool. We'll look at that in another video. What I want to show you here quickly is how to install the sky. You won't see it in SketchUp. That's the thing. It doesn't change the way that your SketchUp works. It just makes it possible for you to render images that look like $1,000,000. So we're going to go to this one right here. It's the environment editor. These are environment, lighting, materials, and then you got a special viewing tool here. But the environment menu right here says, how would you like the background to look? You can just put a color in there. You can mess around with it. But we're going to choose spherical sky. And then it says, well, you got to have an image, background image that I'm going to use for that. And you can choose this little folder right here. It will let you go to your desktop and say, I've got an image. That spherical sky image that I downloaded is right there. Open that one up, pop it in there. A couple of things that you might notice in here, you can set the brightness of the sky right here. Right now it's at 0.5. You could change that. If you find your sky is too bright in your renderings, you can change it here. You can rotate the sky to a different position to see whether it's better. You like it better there. You can even change the color of the sun. So you've got a lot of controls in here to edit the way that this thing looks and works. But I'll let you fart around with that. There are a couple of other things, but that's mainly what we needed to do in terms of the environment editor. And you'll have access to this as you go through. When you find yourself saying, I'm going to render something, I'm not happy with the lighting, I'll change the brightness of the sun, for example. So that, for now, will get you set up with Twilight on your SketchUp. You'll see the little menu that shows up there. You can download an image of a spherical sky, and you can install it using the environment editor. So next video, what I'll talk about is how you start using these tools to create pretty cool scenes. See ya.